Hello brothers and sisters, just realized this blue looks kind of off, but actually if you see my whole outfit, you'll know why I'm wearing it. How to remove nervousness while performing. Oh, this is gotta be the topic of my life. If you've been my schoolmate, you would not have known at all that I could sing. That is after primary school. If you were my classmate in PU, you still wouldn't know I could sing. If you heard me in degree when I did start singing, you would have heard this. If you heard me in a family gathering, you would have heard the same thing. If you hear me now, I'm much better. Yeah. But it's an ongoing struggle. So I am mainly talking about performing in front of people, like face-to-face kind of setting. It's easy for me to self-record myself singing than to have someone take a video of me when I'm singing. Even at home, I've had a lot of issues. Why? Because there are people at home and there are people around my home. We're living in an apartment and I can hear others singing. That means they can hear me too. Well, I'm going to transport you to one evening where I fully, well and truly broke loose of all those clamps. It was a very magical evening. I've never had anything like it before that, never had anything like that after it, but whenever I just think of how I was that day, it helps me be a better person, a better singer. And I tried to break down what I was at that time. Now I know this video is about public performance. I'll get to that in a bit. The first and obvious thing was I was not surrounded by anyone, so I was alone and I wasn't in an apartment. It was a house with a first floor. So I didn't have the, complication of people listening to me, whether they or not they're listening to me. But normally I do have that. What helped me overcome that small fear that someone might be listening is the second and most important thing I want to tell you in this video. And that is I was totally wrapped up in my purpose, in who I was and who God was. God is someone I believe in very strongly. So God is my everything, I was fully wrapped up in that. And that just eliminated everything else. And the third one was I was fully embodying that spirit of power, love, and self-control that God talks about, that He's given to each one of us. I was fully that person. So I was fully creative. I was fully a singer. I was fully in control of my voice and my body and my imagination. So at this time, I was composing, and every song was a new tune, a new level of vocal strength that I had never heard from myself. And on that day, very importantly for me, I broke all the barriers that I thought I had. These are the simple three main things that I was on that day. And now whenever I go to a public performance, I think of how I was at that time. And it gives me the strength to know I can reach this note or I can sing with this kind of power. Just thinking of that helps. So what I spoke to you about was the mindset that I had on that day. And now I'm going to speak to you about what are the kind of things I tell myself before singing in public. If I have been able to hit a certain note that I'm finding difficult to reach in public, I will just tell myself, you have done this. So the only thing stopping you is yourself, your fear, what you think other people are thinking of you. I kind of force myself to jump off the cliff, saying, I know how to fly. So the first one is about getting rid of that insecurity. The second one, which is probably more important than the first one, is wrapping myself in why I'm gonna sing. Okay, how important is this to me, to God, and to the people who are in front of me? When I go and sing in public, it is not for myself. It is not for my name to be better known. It is not for people to say, wow, she's amazing. No, it is simply to give glory to God, who I'm serving. So when I think of all that, when I think of who God is, how powerful He is, and how much power He's given me to live in Him, in His name, then I think, man, what fear? That shouldn't matter at all. I am wrapping myself in my purpose. The third thing that is a very practical thing and it helps so much is to breathe. All the exercises that I have done before, all the practice that I've done prior to that performance, I focus on that, whatever I've taught my vocal muscles and mind muscles. And interestingly, when you are scared and nervous, you find yourself not breathing. I heard this very interesting thing from, I think it's this channel called Charisma on Command. So he talked about how to get confident in 60 seconds. It was a very interesting concept. Based on this, when you are not confident, you kind of clamp up, right? So what you can do to trick you into becoming confident is physically be confident, even if your mind is not. When you're physically confident, it kind of unlocks some things in your mind. So I do that when I'm performing on stage. I stretch out my shoulders, relax my body, relax my throat, clear my mind of the clutter, and it helps so much. So guys, this is it. Whenever you're performing, let not the people in front of you be a hindrance to your voice. Rather, let them see that you are a person full of power, love, and self-control. You got this. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. What is your purpose? Why are you singing? Why are you in front of people? You have a great opportunity, and you can use this to either make or break your performance. Don't get in the way of yourself. If your mind isn't doing it for you, let your body do the talking. Breathe, relax, calm down, just sing. You've done this before, you can do it again. I hope those tips helped you. Let me know what helps you if you have something apart from whatever I've spoken about. I would love to know. I know I have a lot to learn too. This is Vihan Damaris on Happy Thursdays signing off. See you on Serious Sundays. Bye-bye.